8:38 on this Monday morning, and time for Chamber Talk. We do it every Monday morning. Reserve time for the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce to come in and talk about the week that will be, the Monday morning newsletter, which you can get in your mailbox every Monday morning, the calendar of events, and all the highlights for the Chamber. Good morning, Nancy. How are you?
Good morning.
Have a nice weekend, did you?
Had a wonderful weekend. Our son Dan and his wife Candace and two grandchildren, Declan and Eleanor, were in town. Eleanor and Candace left yesterday, and Daniel and Declan are leaving today. Always wonderful to have them here, always sad to have them go.
Did you wake up and make them pancakes?
Did that on Saturday, and it wasn't pancakes. Declan wanted French toast.
Even better.
So scrambled eggs and French toast and juice and... yeah. Pastries.
Being the good grandmother.
I try to be.
All right. Let's jump right into it. It's a very busy time at the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce. I noticed the email over the weekend that the nomination period for the Citizen of the Year and the other awards as well, Nancy?
The Business and Community Awards are due today at 4 o'clock.
And then Citizen of the Year on Wednesday. But
yes.
Let's refresh people's memories.
Yes. Let me go over the form for the Business and Community Awards, because there are business improvement and also community improvement, but there's others as well. There's the new Young Business Award, which recognizes chamber members who have entered their first year of existence last year and who made market improvements to their space of operation or even their product delivery. Then there's the Progress Award, and that recognizes chamber members that have significantly grown to their business and commitment to the community. Rising Star, recognizing chamber members in their second or third year, which has made outstanding early contributions to the chamber itself. Green Business Improvement Award, recognizing chamber members who consider the environment as a stakeholder in their operations and completed a project that positively affected or mitigated negative effects on the environment. Interactive Media Award, recognizing chamber members with a significant improvement in their web presence. That used to be just their website presence, but we've changed that to web presence because now there's blogs and Facebook pages and all that type stuff. So that's the Interactive Media Award. Impact Award, recognizing a longtime chamber member who has made outstanding contributions to the chamber and the community. And we have a new one this year. The Wellness Award, kind of continuing on with the Blue Zone and concentrating on wellness here in Fairfield. We have the Wellness Award, and that recognizes those businesses who serve as role models for health and wellness. So those are due today. The nomination committee, or I should say the annual awards banquet committee, is meeting today at the chamber at 4 o'clock, and we will go over all the nominations and come up with the recipients.
By the way, the annual chamber banquet comes up on April 10th, presented by Midwest One Bank, and now's the time to make your reservation for the chamber banquet, right?
On April 10th.
April 10th.
Yep, and you talking about the trivial night and the tropical theme, well, that just leads us, you could be on our committee, Steve, with all the different creative ideas you probably came up with for the, because ours is
Nancy,
Hawaiian luau.
I'm not that creative. I Pinterest. That's all I do. I'm not that creative.
I was going to say maybe instead of the creative part, you're just the worker bee, huh?
Yeah, that's right. I'm the worker bee. Speaking of good times, of course, the annual banquet's always a good time, but also this Friday evening, before we get too far into it, the Business After Hours, the annual Business After Hours at Morrissey Law, right?
Absolutely. So the theme is, may the road rise to meet you and the wind be at your back. For if you're on your way to our place, you're surely right on track. Because we're having a St. Patty's Day party on Friday.
How novel.
How novel.
How novel for Morrissey Law to have a St. Patty's Day Business After Hours.
We've just been having it for decades. But yes, it starts a wee bit past 4 and goes until 7 or later. Of course, Thursday, we spend all day Thursday night into the wee hours putting together the lamb Irish stew. It goes into our big slow cooker, and it just cooks overnight, and then the next day it cooks, and I kind of thicken up the gravy, and we add more vegetables right at the end so the peas are nice and bright green yet and stuff like that.
All right, so all you laddies and lasses, mark your calendar for Friday afternoon, a wee bit past 4 o'clock at Morrissey Law, just off the square on North Main Street here in Fairfield. Is there a new member to highlight this week?
There isn't. We have some. We have quite a few, but we don't have all the information in yet about them, the good descriptions and stuff like that.
All right, member-to-member discount spotlight?
Yummies, as always. Jill gives a free cookie with her lunch. Now, that's on top of the little piece of dessert you always get with your lunch out there, too. But she also gives you one of her yummy cookies. And her lunch is always served Monday through Friday, 11 to 1:30. So come on over to Yummies, visit with Jill Dahlstrom, owner, and experience the fresh and healthy choices at Yummies Lunch Cafe. And talking about wellness and health and Blue Zone, they are a Blue Zone designated restaurant, and she worked hard to achieve that. And what else does she have besides buttercream cakes and cookies and brownies and pastries?
No, stop it! You're making me hungry.
I know it's only.
I just think you were talking, and a red velvet cupcake sounds pretty good.
Oh, doesn't that sound good? Although her cake, it has, I think, the strawberry in the middle and the cream in the set. Oh, it's just so good. But for lunch, you can get fresh specials besides the daily soups, and then you build your own sandwiches and salads. And anyway, back to the member-to-member discount. She gives a free cookie with every lunch when you show your member-to-member card.
Big chocolate thick chunk cookie.
I like the monster.
Yeah, me too.
I like the monster.
All right, let's jump into it. It is a busy week. We mentioned the business after hours on Friday afternoon at Morrissey Law, but to get there, there's lots of other things, isn't there?
There is, and like we talked about, that 4 o'clock meeting is today at the Chamber boardroom, and we talk about the banquet, but we'll also be talking about the award nominations submitted. And then Tuesday is Chamber Ambassador meeting, 9:30 at the Chamber boardroom also. Technology Tuesday, protecting your identity at the Fairfield Public Library. It's going to be held 2 times at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Now, you do want to call up and make reservations, I believe. I tried to get into one a couple weeks ago, and of course, I called over there to get the particulars at 5 o'clock and for the 6 o'clock one, and it was just full. Couldn't even get in. So Technology Tuesdays this week is protecting your identity at the Public Library. Then the Mississippi Regional Valley Blood Center is having a blood drive. It's at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds from 2 to 7. Foundations of Investing, Edward Jones Investments with Connie Boyer from 7 to 8. It's a free seminar on basic investing skills. I'm sure that'll be at her location across from First National Bank on South Court Street there. Flipside the Film at the Fairfield Public Library, 7:30 p.m. It's a documentary, a tourist guide on how to navigate the afterlife. That's why it's called The Flip Side. That's interesting. That's Tuesday night at 7:15 at the Fairfield Public Library. Wednesday, back to the annual awards banquet. This date has been extended for the nominations for the Citizen of the Year. They're going to meet that afternoon, so they're due at the chamber 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that, because they're going to meet after that and go over and decide the 2014 Citizens of the Year for the 2015 Annual Awards Banquet. By the way, both of these nomination forms can be found on the Chamber website. There's a blog there. You could call the Chamber, and if you have a fax, we can fax it to you, or just stop on in. But there are some parameters this year for that also. Let me go over that. There's the nomination form, but a statement from the person submitting the nomination regarding facts about the nominee that support the statement of purpose for this award to honor voluntary service to the community. Nominations presenting the greatest variety of facts will receive the most attention. Supportive statements from 3 or more persons familiar with the service rendered by the nominee, presenting facts about the nominee that support the statement of purpose of this award to honor voluntary service to the community. So those again are due by no later than 4 o'clock on Wednesday, because we will be going to the Jefferson County Health Center and we will be deciding that. Actually, it's the committee that decides that. And you ask, who makes up the committee for the Citizen of the Year?
Who makes up the committee for Citizen of the Year?
All the past recipients.
There you go.
Yes, and that's quite a number. Not all of them can come. We used to have it in our boardroom at the chamber, but my goodness, we outgrew that. So last year we had it at the Hy-Vee Club room, and this year we're having it at the conference room at the Fairfield or the Jefferson County Health Center.
Now, I know a couple years ago there was a bit of a change, and actually there was 2, and that's continued for the last couple of years. Is that the case this year, or is it a year by year?
It's a year by year. It was 2 forever, and then they went down to only allowing 1 for a couple years. And we're back to 2. There's
so many deserving people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Why would we limit ourselves to 1? So it makes no difference whether it's a female or a male. It could be one of one sex, or 2, or a couple, or whatever. It's we just want to honor those most worthy.
I'm going to ask a question you may not want to answer.
What is it?
Who's the host? Who's the MC this year?
Oh, that's not decided yet.
Oh, that's not decided
yet.
That
isn't yet.
Right.
But the 2015 Chamber Annual Awards Banquet is being presented by Midwest One Bank, and the Libertyville Savings Bank is presenting the Citizen of the Year. So they are the sponsors of those.
But once again, just to let's go back. Today's the deadline for the business awards.
Yes.
The business awards. So again, go to fairfieldiowa.com for more information, or give Nancy or Lindsay a call to Chamber at 472-2111. All right, we're up to Wednesday.
We are. That is Wednesday. That's when they're going to meet, and that's when the nominations for the Citizen of the Year needs to be in, because we're going to meet out at the hospital. And then that night is open mic night at Cafe Paradiso from 8 to 10 p.m. and the Burning Oak from 9:30 to 1. Thursday, we're having our chamber board meeting. Of course, we changed the location of that from month to different restaurants that have a private area that the board can meet in. And this month, it's going to be at the Hy-Vee Club Room. Wonderful place to have lunch. Icon Thursday. It's the video is Black Mountain College, Fully Awake. It's at the Icon Gallery. The doors open at 7:30 for refreshments, and then the film will start at 8. There is a slight cost if you're not a member of the Icon, but it's like only $2 to go. On Friday, Basics of Video Production, hands-on workshop at HHW Media. It's from 9 to 5 p.m. Learn techniques for shooting, audio, lighting, studio filming, and more. They are located in the building on the corner of Highway 1 North and 185th Street. So if you go in their front doors, you go to the right all the way down the hallway. When you reach the T, you go left, and there is HHW Media. That's where we had our business after hours.
One of the newer
January.
members.
January. Yep.
Yeah, one of the newest members.
Yep. Friday. That is Friday. Then Friday night, like we talked about, is the Chamber Business After Hours at Morrissey Law Offices, although on that day we kind of go by the Morrissey Law Office's name. wee bit past 4 o'clock until 7 and after. Always a great evening. Lots of food, beverages, partying, singing, camaraderie, networking. Great time. Then it's the Subterranean All-Stars Trio at Cafe Paradiso. That's 8 to 10 p.m. Local artists Dave Herlin, Eric Herlin, and Joni Cohen. That is Friday night at Cafe Paradiso. Also that night from 8 to 9 p.m. at Revelations Cafe and Bookstore is Jazz at Revs. Gary Palmer with Steve Hillis. Leading us into Saturday, Fairfield Farmers Market at the Senior Citizen Center from 9 to 2. Harlem Gospel Choir at the Sondheim Center for the Performing Arts at 7:30 p.m. Saturday night. And at Cafe Paradiso is Allie Sperry and the Family Vacation with Tattletale Saints. That's 8 to 10. It's live music. And Sperry is from Iowa. And Tattletale Saints is a duo from New Zealand. So that's what's going on this week. Lots going on this week. It's always a fun week in Fairfield. You certainly have your choices of what you would like to do.
Nancy will once again remind folks that there will be a switchover in the not-too-distant future with the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce website. Of course, it's the website is at fairfieldiowa.com, but very, very soon you'll be seeing something new there, won't you?
Yes, it's taken a little longer than we thought, but the person that was working on our website had an emergency. So it took them out of the office for a while. They're back, and they're diligently working on our website.
I guess the good news is if you have procrastinated a wee bit. See,
a wee bit. Oh, yes, I loved it.
You procrastinated a wee bit, getting your gateway page put together as a business. You've got a little time, but again, very soon we'll be making the changeover. I'm very excited about that. Looking ahead, we mentioned the Chamber Banquet on April 10th, but before that, the third and final legislative breakfast is scheduled for 2 weeks from this Saturday. A week from this Saturday.
Correct.
A week from this Saturday.
On March 21st, it's at Best Western Fairfield Inn. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Reservations are required, of course, because there is a breakfast. We invite the students, and we have sponsors for that, so we'll be talking a little bit more about that next week. But it's always a very informative session, and our legislators will be there.
You mentioned that the Morrissey Law Office Business After Hours has been going on for a long, long time. I think sans the farm barbecue is the legislative breakfast probably one of the longest running sponsored events by the Chamber.
Yes. Yeah. Did I say
54 years or
48 or something like that?
Maybe it's the barbecue that's at 53
probably.
or 54. Yeah. Long time. All right, that's the week that will be the Monday morning conversation, Chamber Talk here on 1570 KMC with our friend Nancy Morrissey. Nancy, you have a great week this week.
Thanks.
It's 4 minutes before the top of the hour. It's time to take a look at markets at the Brownfield Radio Network here on 1570 KMCD and 95.9 Classic 96.